to announce the results, and we will start with in the province of the Eastern Cape. The following parties will be represented in the provincial legislature for the next 5 years. The African Transformation Movement with 1 seat, the Free Aid Front Plus with 1 seat, the United Democratic Movement with 2 seats, the Economic Freedom Fighters with 5 seats. The official opposition in the province is the Democratic Alliance with 10 seats. And finally, the majority party in the Eastern Cape is the African National Congress with 44 seats. In the province of the Free State, the following parties will be represented in the provincial legislature for the next 5 years. The Free Aid Plus with 1 seat, the Economic Freedom Fighters with 4 seats. The official opposition in the province is the Democratic Alliance with 6 seats. And the majority party in the Free State is the African National Congress with 19 seats. In the province of Gauteng, the following parties will be represented in the provincial legislature for the next 5 years. The African Christian Democratic Party with 1 seat, Inkatha Freedom Party with 1 seat, the Free Aid Front Plus with 3 seats, the Economic Freedom Fighters with 11 seats. The official opposition in the province is the Democratic Alliance with 20 seats. And the majority party in Gauteng is the African National Congress with 37 seats. In the province of KwaZulu-Natal, the following parties will be represented in the provincial legislature for the next 5 years. The African Transformation Movement with 1 seat, the African Christian Democratic Party with 1 seat, the Minority Front with 1 seat, the Economic Freedom Fighters with 8 seats, Democratic Alliance with 11 seats, and the official opposition in the province is Inkatha Freedom Party with 13 seats. And the majority party in KwaZulu-Natal, I haven't announced yet. It is the African National Congress with 44 seats. And the province of Limpopo, the following parties will be represented in the provincial legislature for the next 5 years. The Free Aid Front Plus with 1 seat, the Democratic Alliance with 3 seats. The official opposition in the province is the Economic Freedom Fighters with 7 seats. And the majority party in Limpopo is the African National Congress with 38 seats. In the province of Mpumalanga, the following parties will be represented in the provincial legislature for the next 5 years. The Free Plus with 1, the Democratic Alliance with 3 seats, and the official opposition is the Economic Freedom Fighters with 4 seats. And the majority party in Mpumalanga is the African National Congress with 22 seats. In the province of the Northwest, the following parties will be represented in the provincial legislature for the next 5 years. The Free Aid Plus with 2 seats, the Democratic Alliance with 4 seats, the official opposition in the province is the Economic Freedom Fighters with 6 seats. And the majority party in Northwest is the African National Congress with 21 seats. And in the province of Northern Cape, the following parties will be represented in the legislature for the next 5 years. The Faith Front Plus with 1 seat, the Economic Freedom Fighters with 3 seats. The official opposition in the province is the Democratic Alliance with 8 seats. And the majority party in Northern Cape is the African National Congress with 18 seats. In the Western Cape, the following parties will be represented in the legislature for the next 5 years. Al-Jamaa with 1 seat, the Faith Front Plus 1 seat, the African Christian Democratic Party with 1 seat, and Good with 1 seat, the Economic Freedom Fighters with 2 seats. The official opposition in the province is the African National Congress with 12 seats, and the majority party in Western Cape is the Democratic Alliance with 24 seats. Distinguished guests, fellow South African, despite the rapid growth in number of political parties contesting the national elections since 1994, the number of political parties represented in Parliament has remained fairly constant at around 13 political parties. From this year, despite the record number of 48 political parties contesting in this year national elections and provincial elections, in the national election, voters will have 14 parties representing them. The following parties will be represented in the 6th National Assembly. Al-Jamaa with 1 seat, the Pan-Africanist Congress with 1 seat, the African Independent Congress with 2 seats, the African Transformation Movement with 2 seats, the Congress of the People with 2 seats, Good with 2 seats, the United Democratic Movement with 2 seats, the National Freedom Party with 2 seats, the African Christian Democratic Party with 4 seats, the Faith Front Plus with 10 seats, Inkatha Freedom Party with 14 seats, and the Economic Freedom Fighters with 44 seats. The official opposition in the 6th Parliament will be the Democratic Alliance with 84 seats. And finally, distinguished guests and fellow South Africans, for the 6th time in 26th year in a row, the majority party in the National Assembly of South Africa will be the African National Congress with 230 seats. On behalf of the Electoral Commission, we congratulate all the parties and contestants who have won the representation in the National Assembly and provincial legislatures. We call on all the candidates who will soon take their oath of office to serve the people of South Africa with pride, with dignity, with integrity, and with accountability, for that is what our Constitution calls for and our people deserve. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen.